everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
So this has been one of my most requested videos for a long time. Literally like, I don't even know, like 8 years since I left Dr. Miami. And since I'm getting tagged a bunch talking about him and asking me where I'm at, I'm right here. I will finally make a video about what I have done and what life has been since I've left Dr. Miami. First and foremost, me and Dr. Miami are still like besties. Still talk to him. He came to LA. I went and saw him on some music video shoot. I don't know, After I left Dr. Miami, I went to a place called 11 Miami, which is a 24-hour club. Was their social media director for like a few years, maybe like 2 or 3 years. So at 11 Miami, I got to meet tons and tons of celebrities because they used to, you know, perform there all the time. I had Nelly pouring shots in my mouth every time he came through. People hating on me because of that. Front row of Drake's little intimate concert. Mind you, I'm at the front row of all these things, but I'm actually working. And then during the pandemic in 2020, I don't know why I said 2020. Everybody knows when the pandemic was. I decided to finally move to LA. I worked for another plastic surgeon who I'm not going to say, but I was never on camera for him, and it definitely felt like cheating. I think I even called Rosie and was like, I think I'm going to work for another doctor, but I just need a job. Actually did blow him up too, because on TikTok when I got there, he had like maybe 400,000, and I was able to get him to 1 million, and I was only there for like 8 months. I think I was not there for long. So when I tell you I do this, I do this. And I did that, and I wasn't even on camera. And the only reason why I wasn't on camera is because I got so fat. And I'm just now starting to lose all the weight. I literally gained like 70 pounds. I also worked for a foot doctor. So there was like a small amount of time where I was kind of doing other doctors. No, I wasn't doing them. Okay. What? Working for other doctors, like a dermatologist, a foot surgeon, and I was helping them a lot too with their social media. What the foot surgeon, he had like, I don't think he had anything. I think I started a TikTok. I can't remember exactly, but I got him to like 200 or 300,000 on TikTok, and he was going viral. Our goal was to go viral once a week, and I was doing that. So like, I decided I really want to be on camera. Like, hi, I love being on camera, and I missed that from Dr. Miami. Can this hair, come on! So then I started working for like an app. It's kind of like TikTok, but if you guys remember Versus, if you remember Versus during the pandemic, it was like Timbaland and Swiss Beats is Alicia Keys' husband, Swiss Beats. They started like virtual battles between rappers and just like anyone who sings R&B. What? I loved that about Triller, and I wanted to do it. So Triller hired me as their social media person, and then I was doing all their socials, but I was also going to the Verses and capturing content for Verses. So I would often get serenaded at Verses, or do interviews like Kevin Gates, Akon, Hey Osiris. I also do like a What's Trending kind of like content series, literally called What's Trending. And I cover like sports news, celebrity news, beauty trends, challenges, anything that's trending, I know about it. And then also while working at Triller, I was hired by Sierra. No, you want the goodies. Sierra was launching a skincare line, and I was hired as her social media and influencer director. The next question is, did I meet Sierra? Yes, she is she's amazing. Did sign an NDA for this position, so I can't say too much. Like, I've been to her house. I can say that. Her house is beautiful. Her kids are amazing. They're so cute. But that's really all I can say. But she was amazing. Now, most recently, I have my biggest job yet, and a really big viral makeup brand. Actually start Monday. Once I start, I'll probably announce who the brand is, because I'll also be going live weekly on their TikTok. Curious to see if you guys can guess who the makeup brand is. I can give you like a couple of hints. Kim Kardashian, Oprah, Michelle Obama are 3 women that are associated with this brand. Anyway, I'm still here. I took a huge break from TikTok because I was so busy running other people's brands. I haven't been able to post my own stuff. I said in 2024, I would make more videos for my own socials because, you know, I want to be like, you know, Michaela and Meredith, whatever her name is, Duxbury, the girl who poured that stuff all over her face. And I want to be like Monet. I love her. Really want to do like beauty stuff. Like, I want to talk about how I got my curls like this and like the makeup I'm wearing. Also, don't judge me because I'm shitty at makeup, but you know, doing reviews for makeup. I just started Korean skincare. I want to do reviews on that, but I also want to talk about sports. Like, I'm all over the place. I'm just going to do it all. Stay tuned.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. All right, listen, man. Oh, the thirst trap pictures is coming. Ooh wee. PJ in the PJ with no shirt on. About to be cracking. Hey. So Nelly's pouring shots in this girl mouth. She getting drunk on the job. This guy's looking like this horrible woman. She's supposed to be working and at her, acting like a groupie. But anyway, great time. I think it's excellent. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Live life, live life, live life. All right. I think it's great that these doctors are using social media directors to boost up their profiles, but it sounds like they're just using them. And one thing I want to say is I could actually be a social media director. Like, I've never had a social media that wasn't popping. I remember having MySpace and Black Planet and MySpace. And for some reason, I ended up getting a lot of followers. In my MySpace, I forgot what I did to get a lot of followers. But when I got a MySpace, I think I just got out of prison. I created a Black Planet and a MySpace. And I remember where I created them. I used to do videos in the same office that I created the Black Planet and MySpace. And my Black Planet, I forgot what I used to do on that, but MySpace was where you became a creative. You used to learn the code. You go to different websites and find codes to boost up your page. And I used to have the most interactive page because I would see other people doing stuff, and I'd be like, I was putting like games on my page so people can see the games, and then I learned to share my page out. So I would hit my page to other people's page. I just be like, I'll just hit my page, and then people will come to my page. So then I'll look at the traffic on my page, and I'll have like 5,000 people in a day. And I just started my page maybe a few weeks ago, but I started and I was looking at all this stuff like, damn, this is popping. So I had this game, this interactive game, and people are playing it, and it was like a stupid computer game. Like, you could just sit there and boop boop. Some people will play, and then they'll send it to their friend. Hey, play this. See how much you can get off of this game. Whatever. So then after that, you put the music up. Then I stopped putting ratchet music up, like, cause when I first started, I was putting like the Gucci Man or something like that, or I don't know, put Meeting in My Bedroom, anything. It didn't even matter. But then it was like you can put playlist, and so, or you can put like random stations or whatever. I put a random station, it'll just play all different types of music. When it did that, it went up a notch. Country music, rap music, everything that was popping on the radio was playing all the time. So I learned that, and I was like, man, this shit is good. I didn't even know. I wasn't even paying attention. So even when I open up, I can open up my MySpace right now. I can still open up my MySpace right now, and I got like 10,000 followers on MySpace. 10,000 followers on MySpace. And I was just like, damn. Now there could be more, right? But to me, that's just like that's a lot. That's a lot to me. Um, 10,000 followers, right? All right. So then my kids, my kids' mom. That's how I met my kids' mom. Um, my now 15-year-old on MySpace. And well, I didn't meet her on MySpace. I met her in real life, but she just followed me on MySpace. And that's how she reached out to me. And then uh she was like, "You gotta get on this thing called Facebook." I was like, I don't really want to get on. I don't really pay. I haven't been. I haven't been updating my MySpace because you gotta update your MySpace from a computer. Now you could get on smartphones weren't new yet. I don't think smartphones were around just yet. You had phones with internet, but they weren't touchscreen. So you still had buttons like the Blackberries and stuff like that. They were just now coming around. So when you want, you can get on MySpace, but there was limited mobility to it. You couldn't update or anything to your MySpace from a phone. So you can get on the internet and you could check somebody's MySpace, but there was only certain parts of the MySpace. You could like send them a message, you could comment on their stuff, you can hear their music, but you really couldn't get into the whole functionality of it because most of the phones they had mobile pages, but they didn't have the phones didn't have very much access because it was still buttons. There were no touch screens. There were flip phones. There were phones that you could have a whole screen on, but you still had a bunch of buttons on it. So then I was like, all right, I get a Facebook. I got a Facebook. I was just like, I'm not feeling this, but whatever. So I used to say the randomest. I used to go off on. I used to do the most. Everything I did was just the most on Facebook. And I ended up with hella followers on my first, and I ended up deleting that. Um, Unfortunate circumstances, terrible, whatever, bad. I was doing too much, and I was doing too much for somebody else that didn't really give a fuck about me. So deleted Facebook. Right, I had over 40,000 followers. Right, so I stayed off Facebook. I didn't get back on it. I had Instagram. My Instagram had like 1,000 followers. I don't know where they came from. They had 1,000 followers. But then, because I never posted on Facebook. I mean Instagram. I only posted pictures of me on Instagram. So then TikTok comes around. Like, we fast forward and years down the road, TikTok comes around. My kids used to send me videos through TikTok. So that's how I had TikTok. But it wasn't called TikTok, it was called Musically. So when they used to send me videos and then they was like, you should get on TikTok. But I was like, damn, I already got this app on my phone. And I look at it and I see my daughter's videos like when they were little kids. They were like elementary school kids. So it's so funny that I was like, oh my God, look at them. They're doing their little dances and stuff. And they were little bitty girls. So it was like kind of cute. And then I was just like, it was actually my ex was telling me, she was like, maybe you should get on TikTok because, YouTube wasn't working for me. I was like, I ain't fucking with TikTok, man. Everybody doing TikTok. It was the pandemic. was happening. Everybody on TikTok, and I was just like, man. So one day I was just like, man, forget it. Let me start posting on TikTok. So I did. Man, let me tell you, I got 500,000 followers on TikTok. My TikTok started blowing up. I had like 200,000 followers at first. No, I had 100,000. Then I had 200,000, and then went from 200,000. I had another viral video. Then I had 500,000. I was like, bro, this shit's too easy. So YouTube wasn't even popping yet. My YouTube wasn't even popping. I get on YouTube, bam, YouTube popping. I'm like, man, forget it. I haven't even been playing with my Instagram yet. I haven't even started messing with my Instagram. My Instagram still had 1,000 followers. I was not posted on there. Now I'm at like 78,000. I think I got like 9 or 10,000 on Threads, and I'm rebuilding my Facebook. Now I just started reposting. I just started posting on Facebook in April. This month, I just started posting on Facebook. So, I could do social media. I think social media has changed a lot over the years, but I just gave a rundown like of how many times I went viral, how many different platforms I've been successful on as gaining followers. But none of it was attached to money, except TikTok. TikTok was the first one that was attached to money. And then once I learned that it was about the money, then I started to focus on it more, like to see what the algorithm is like. And now, like, I'm focusing on my Instagram and my Facebook, and I'm like, I still be doing the most on Facebook. I do. But I just started posting on it. Like, my everyday PJ, I was posting on there, but it wasn't getting the traction. And I was wondering, I was like, I don't know why but I think they was like, I don't know why they weren't pushing my everyday PJ on Facebook, because that's where the same post was going over there, but no, it wasn't getting no love. I put it on my main page. Man, it goes off.